Welcome. You have successfully checked into your abundance timeline.
How many times have you said you wanted to manifest more money and then did it for like 3 days and then stopped? There are probably a lot of us have done something like that, right? So most people treat manifestation like a mood. So you do it when you feel inspired, when everything's already kind of going well, you're like in that energy, or you wake up on the right side of the bed, somebody tells you like, oh, this worked for me, and then you do it for 3 days, and then you stop, and then you wonder why nothing is actually changing. That is because manifestation is actually not a mood. It's a practice, right? And so, like any practice, working out, meditation, anything, it only works when you show up for it consistently, right? Not perfectly, but consistently. So today, I am sharing my personal, actual daily money manifestation practice with you, like the real thing, what I do every single morning to keep my identity anchored, my nervous system regulated, and most importantly, my energy open to receiving. It's simple, it's short, and it works. I have shared probably most of this before, but we're going to do it again. So, welcome back to the Rich Girl Podcast. If you are new here, my name is Karyn Medeiros. I'm an award winning manifestation coach. I'm a 2-time best-selling author. I'm a boy mom, and I am a soccer mom. And I teach you how to create your rich girl life. So let's get into it. So, when you wake up, your brain is in a highly suggestible state. You're moving from sleep, where your subconscious has literally been running the show all night, into waking consciousness. So, for a short window, your mind is more open, more receptive, and more programmable than any other point in your day. So, most people immediately hand that window over to their phone, right? You roll over, you grab your phone, and then all of a sudden, you are in other people's content, other people's opinions, and other people's energy. And then you spend the rest of the day trying to get into your head the right way, right? So your morning practice is how you take that window back. You decide what goes in first. You set the tone before the world gets a chance to set it for you. It is so powerful to understand that, right? Every morning, you show up for this practice that I'm going to teach you. And when you do show up for this practice, you're literally laying down new neural pathways. You're literally rewiring your brain to have a different default relationship with money. So that doesn't happen overnight, right? Nothing does, but it happens through repetition, consistency. And so this is why I want you to create this money manifestation practice as a daily ritual. It's kind of like a non-negotiable, okay? Because one morning isn't going to change your money story, right? But 30 mornings, 60 mornings, that could be entirely different. So let's get into the practice that I actually do every single morning. I think there's 4 or 5 parts to it. So the first thing, part number 1, I use my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. So the first thing I do is I open up, I get out of bed, I brush my teeth. Everyone is always still sleeping. And then I come into my office and I sit on my couch in my office while everyone is still asleep. And I open my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. Now, you can use my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal, which, by the way, is on Amazon. So I will leave the Amazon link below, or literally, depending on what country you're in, just go to Amazon, literally type in my name, Karyn Medeiros, Karyn with a Y, and my gratitude journal, and all of my other books will pop up, but you'll see Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. So you can do this in my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. Now, I do have the prompts in there for you to write every single day, so it's a little bit easier, or literally grab an open notebook from the dollar store. I don't care. I just want you to do it. So the first thing that I do is I open my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal and I write my gratitude for the day, right? And um, there's no right way or wrong way to practice gratitude for money. So I don't want you to get in, overthinking like, okay, like what if I'm not doing it correctly? Okay. Now, saying that, most people will write gratitude for the big things, the house, the car, your business, and all that. And that's fine. But what really helps move the needle in finding gratitude, or what helps with bringing or attracting in money, is writing gratitude for the small things, right? For the everyday money moments. Just, $5, like it could be something as little as $5. It doesn't have to be for like $1,000, right? You know, the coffee that somebody bought you, or the client who paid in full, the client who paid on time, the unexpected discount. Like I got a discount from my kids and I were going through drive through the other day after whatever, and the guy saved us $5. And we were like, wait, what? Shouldn't it be like this amount? And he's like, well, yeah, but I saved you whatever. I was so grateful. Like a- all of us were, I was like, thank you so much. Like you didn't have to do that. And yet he did. And like that went into my gratitude journal the next day, because that was something to be grateful for. And it was very small. It was $5, right? So the reason why I start off with gratitude in the morning is because gratitude puts you in a receiving state. And when you are in a receiving state, girl, anything can come to you, right? So when you're really grateful for the money that's already in your life, even the small amounts, you're literally signaling to your brain and to the universe that you are someone who has it already, right? Not somebody who lacks. So you're training your brain's filter, which is your reticular activating system, to find more of what you're already grateful for. It's not that, like, that part is not woo woo. It's literally how your brain works. Google it, reticular activating system, your brain's filter, and Google will tell you the same thing. Okay. Number two, I script my day. Now, I still do this in my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. So right after the gratitude part, I script my day, right? And it's one of my favorites, like practices of the whole kind of like practice. So scripting is where you write about your day as if it's already happened. So in past tense, right? Kind of, yeah. And you're literally declaring, you're writing the story of the day that you're about to have. So for me, sometimes this looks like I'm writing out my income goals for the day as if they've already happened, or sales that have come in, how many new clients I got, money that I moved. Um, I'm journaling at the end of the day, like looking back to how good it was. That's what I am writing about, right? Today was such a great day. I woke up to 3 new sales. My reels landed. I had an amazing call with a new client who said yes straight away. Money came in easy, and I just received, it was so much gratitude today. That's like an example of a very, very simple scripting that I would do. And so what scripting does is it primes your brain. So it sets this expectation. And then your brain will work all day long, consciously and subconsciously, to close the gap between what you have written and your reality. And then I set my intentions for money coming in. So, number 3, right after my scripting, which again, there is a spot in here in my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal. So, after I'm done scripting, I set my specific money intention for the day, like very specific, not like, oh, I want to make money today. Like, I write how much I want, how much money that I want to bring in on any given day. So it could just be exactly that. Or I usually always say, like, today I'm calling in, and then I'll put, I don't know, $2,000 in sales. Today I'm calling in 4 new clients. Today, whatever it is that you want to call in, I write that in my intention part in the journal. So one intention, say it and write it like it's already done. So this gives your brain a target, and your brain is very good at moving you towards a specific target when you give it one. Okay. Then I open up my bank app every morning. Okay. This is one of like the really most powerful parts of the practice. And I can tell you, probably 1 out of 10 people do this. So every single morning, I open up my bank app, I look at my balance, and I sit with it. Sometimes it is like lower than I want, but I don't panic. I just literally sit with it. I acknowledge it. I'm grateful that there's fucking money in my account. You know what I mean? And I just kind of like, I think to myself, okay, thank you, money. I see you. There's more coming, right? And I've just not recently, but I added this. This is probably one of the latest things that I have added to my my money manifestation practice every single day is this. So again, in Rich Girl Gratitude Journal, there is a part at the very end where you literally, so what I do is I will literally write how much my bank balance is every single morning. So I'm acknowledging that. And the reason why this is so important is because most people have an avoidant relationship with their money, right? Like you don't look at your account because you feel stressed or shame or it's scary or it's just going to bring up worry, right? That is avoidance. And that is one of the biggest blocks to manifesting money is avoidance. So that's why we are, trying to create, we're trying to create this practice to make your body feel normal. You can't be in a receiving state of money for something you're afraid to look at. So you can't be in a receiving state for money if you're afraid to look at your bank app, right? You can't call in money if you're energetically running away from the money that you already have because of worry. So opening that app every single morning and sitting with your balance it's just how you normalize money. It's not about the number that's there. It's how you train. It's how you train yourself to receive without panic or worry. It's how you really build like a really good relationship with your money. And then when you do that, you just become someone who feels safe with it, holding it and keeping it. Because think about it, I teach you about identity. The wealthy version of you, right? The one who has it all. Is she afraid to look at her bank account? No. She fucking looks at that. She acknowledges it. She says, thank you. And she expects more of it. So that's the practice. That is my daily money manifestation practice, kind of all in one. So Rich Girl Gratitude Journal, definitely writing about the gratitude that I have. Number 2, I script my day. Number 3, I set intentions for the money that I want to come in. And then number 4, I open up my bank app and I sit with it. Okay. The practice only works when you do it from the right energy. And the right energy is it's already done. There's like a huge difference between writing in your journal from a place of desperate hoping, please let this work. I really need this. Why isn't this working yet? Right? Then writing from a place of certainty, like, yeah, this is mine. It's already done. I'm just receiving it. Belief, right? Belief. You're either going to have one energy of lack, like one is the energy of lack, or one is the energy of abundance. It's either lack or abundance. Your body knows the difference. And when your body knows the difference, the universe responds to the energy underneath the words, not the words itself. So if you're not in the energy of abundance, but you're saying you are, but you're not, it will then respond to the energy of lack. So you may sit down and script and feel a little bit of resistance. That's okay, right? That resistance is showing you where the real work needs to be done. So don't force the feeling, just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge it and, breathe through it. Then redirect. I'm learning to feel safe with money, right? The practice is meant to meet you where you are, but you've got to show up for it every single day. And then you need to make this a non-negotiable. I don't want you to think of this practice as a chore. If you think of it as a chore, that is in the wrong energy. So you just need to have belief that what you're doing will bring in what it is that you're writing down, right? So like this should take you 10 minutes. Like it doesn't need to be a long hour ritual or anything like that, because if that's the case, you're going to quit within a week, right? This should be one of your favorite things to do every single day. Now, do you have to do it in the morning? No. You can do it anytime that works for you. It's not like it has to be. It's just more powerful in the morning. I get up early before my family to get this done. And I don't mean to get it done. It's my favorite part of the day. I don't drink coffee. I drink this like Mojo from a friend that I buy Mojo from. It's like a coffee, but a hot chocolate. Every morning, it is my favorite part of the day. I get up before everyone else. I go downstairs. I make my drink. I come back upstairs. I sit on my couch in my office. I open up my book and I write. And I finish all that. And then after I'm done that, which is like 10 minutes, I read my own, I have a personal development book at every given time that I'm learning something. And then I read my book. Then I wake my kids up. And I have to get up early to get this done because I love doing it when nobody's around. Like it's my favorite part of the morning. So pick a time that you can do that's non-negotiable to you. At the end of the day, it just needs to get done. Okay. So it doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated. Gratitude, scripting, intention setting, open up your bank app, boom, bada bang, Bob is your uncle. Now, if you're not Canadian, you might not know that saying, or if you do, you're like, yeah, I know it. That's it. That's the whole thing, right? So start tomorrow morning, not Monday. No one feels things better. Like I want you to start tomorrow. So if you really want, if you want the tools to really support this practice, that's going to make it much easier for you. Grab my Rich Girl Gratitude Journal from Amazon. It's got my my scripting prompts. It's got the intention. Everything is in there. Everything is in there. Either that, then you know what? Just get a blank notebook and do everything yourself. It's easy. So if this resonated with you, I would love for you to share it with somebody, who you think might need to hear it. Share it on your social. If you do, tag me. I would appreciate it. It is my love language. And yeah, I hope that this helped. And I know it's going to help once you start doing it. I'm telling you, 30 mornings, 60 mornings, you're going to be messaging me going, holy shit, things have shifted. And I'm going to be like, yay. All right. So that's it. That's all. Thank you for listening. I appreciate you. I love you. And I will see you next week.